right, happy Talk Like Yoda Day, all you beautiful radio listeners. For dropping into our little happy hour, we thank you. We do. That's terrible.
No, that was pretty good.
Good?
That wasn't bad.
Listening to us, appreciate you, yes. Better?
It's very Clone Wars.
Well, I don't want to do that. Was Danny sitting here?
Yes, he was.
Oh, the headphones sound weird. I don't know what he did. It's terrible. I sound awful in my own headphones. If you're watching us on YouTube, here's a hand gesture just for you. YouTubers, feel free to hit us up on the chat. If you're listening on the radio through 105.1 FM, 1080 AM. If you're online at 1051thefan.com, Odyssey.com, the Odyssey app, or you just ask your smart speaker to see if Luke is still here for one more day before his vacation. Use the fan text line, 503-2GO-FAN. That's 503-864-6326. Use it. Use the text, use the chat, share your thoughts, ask questions, solicit advice, or answer me this, dear listeners. Are you going to miss me? Very insecure today. Casey?
I'll miss you.
Okay. You were excited. You thought, for some reason, whatever I said yesterday, whether it was on this program or around the building, multiple people, including yourself, thought I was going to be gone today.
I 100% thought you were gone. I was getting ready to plug in the Joe Fisher open.
Yeah, you were all ready to go without me. So I thought you just couldn't wait for me to get out of here. So I'm feeling a little insecure. I walked in the building. I thought you were on vacation. You thought or hoped. But it sounds like everybody's okay with me being here for one more day.
I think so.
Okay. All right. Let me tell you what we got going on today. Take your pick. I've got it set up, so I should be able to keep an eye on it. I'll try to get the one out next week. Thank you. You kind of saved my bacon a little bit. I totally forgot. I had it all ready to send out. It never got sent.
That's why you check your emails.
And then you reminded me to get it. So I did not see if we got a response from Deal and if he can join us. I tagged you on it. Kind of a busy day, trying to get everything wrapped up before vacation.
No response yet.
No response. So listen. If he gets a hold of us in the next little bit, then we will try to get him on the show. But he won last week. If you want to win and join the show, just go to @FanHappyHour on X. You can go to my personal Facebook page. You can find the form right there, and you can play along with us. We're not one of those radio shows that makes all of our picks, and you get no say. No, you can come on here and tell us how dumb we are and make your picks with us. Whatever you want to do. It's your time. It's your time down here. There. No. Goonies? No? Anybody? All right. Hey, guess what everybody's time is? June 23rd. All day. Fan Golf Classic presented by Toyota. It's at Langdon Farms Golf Club. It's the most fun day of golf you can possibly have. Activations, tastings all over the course. The infamous Angels Envy Bourbon Par 3 6th, where all your hosts, Dirt and Sprague, Danny and Patrick, myself, Isaac and Suk, will post up to encourage you. There's not going to be, listen, nobody's going to give you a hard time. We're there to help you be a better person, be a better golfer, whatever you need to be. And if what you really need is food, just wait till the end of the round. Matt's Barbecue is going to be there. Go to 1051thefan.com. Click on the Fan Golf Classic logo and sign up today. Last I heard, 3 spots left. All in the morning round. 2! There's only 2!
Down to 2.
You better get on it right now. There better not be any left by the end of this show. If you want one, go and get it now. The Fan Golf Classic presented by Toyota is also brought to you by Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson and Daughter Windows and Doors, George McCoy at Warren Island Attorneys at Law, Battery Exchange, Mastro Dobel Tequila, Your Neighborhood Restaurant Group, Philbrook Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto-Rooter, A. Legal Mezcal, Pub Beer, Cheap Fun, and Window Nation. So there you go. You might want to get on that. Only 2 left. Casey, do you have yours yet?
I'll be here.
Oh. Well, somebody's got to work that day, I suppose. Hey, Thunder. Did you watch the Thunder last night? You caught up on what they got going on?
You know I did.
What's your perspective on this? I saw initially we had more lacrosse last night. We did a little scrimmage. We're getting near the end of the season. Did a head-to-head black and purple scrimmage. Oh, man, it got violent. Ended on an injury.
Ended on a black and blue scrimmage.
It did. We ended up with a neck shot to our collarbone shot to one of the goalies.
Oh.
And instead of changing around of all the gear and taking 17 minutes to get a new goalie in there, we just said, hey, 12-12, we'll call it a tie.
Wrap it up.
We'll call it a tie. So I did not get to watch as much of the game as I wanted to. So then immediately I go on, and I did what I did yesterday. I go in, I try to get all the information, overwhelmed by whining. Ugh. SGA flops too much. Hartenstein and Holmgren are just holding down Wemby. I'm sorry, but are we playing professional sports? I'm watching kids lacrosse, and here's what I say when they come up to me, and they say, "Coach, the other team did this." Do it back. If they're not calling it, you play to win the game. Get out there. I don't care if somebody stepped on your foot. Do you want out of the game? No. Then shut up. Get back. I don't care. Step on their foot. Get back out there and play. And then I come home after watching third and fourth graders play. And they did play 2 games. They played Camas. Did you call it a loss? They borrowed one of our goalies for the second half. They win by 1. Do you give them credit for that?
That's where you have to have a conversation.
Okay.
I'm blaming you for this one. You're the coach.
Well, here,
You look at the goalie and go,
can I get
you want some ice cream?
What? Well, here's the dilemma. We've got 2 goalies geared up and ready to go. One of them's kind of a star. She's 4th grader, real good. Has only played goalie for a little bit, but took to it like a fish to water, right? And then we got our other goalie. She's been playing all year, and she's got a little more work to do. 3rd grader. She's got room to grow.
There is some meat left on the bones.
However you want to say it. Which goalie do you give to the other team if they say, hey, we want to play one of our girls at goalie for the first half, we'd like to play her in the other, and we don't have any other goalies. It's one of their last games too. So we're trying to be good teammates. What do you do? Which goalie
don't destroy the young goalie's confidence.
Which goalie do you give him?
You give him the better goalie.
So we did that. Now, the funny thing is...
But you also have the conversation, pull her aside and say...
Oh, no, I flat out yelled at her during the game. Hey, stop blocking all the shots!
If it's 11-11, you let one slide, we go out for ice cream as a team.
So anyway, here, that's team. We did the right thing, right? So in your opinion, we did that, and then we played tough, and then we played each other, and then, like I said, we're trying to put in all the goalies we can. We've got a bunch of girls that want... We end on an injury. And then I go and watch this basketball. All it is, my 7'4" guy was held a little bit. Shut up. Why is there more complaining for the professional basketball game? There are 4 teams left. I don't care if your arm gets broken on the way up. If they don't call a foul, it's not a foul. Just get out there and play. SGA bounced back from his bad night. Dylan Harper might be out.
He's set to
Jalen Williams holding today. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask if we saw any results. Jalen Williams holding his hamstring. Do we know anything on either of those injuries? Because Jalen Williams, it said tightness, but I think it's the same hamstring that he already injured. And then Dylan Harper, MRI today. So there are some things to kind of keep an eye on. So, I mean, I'm watching back through the highlights. SGA is stone cold. I mean, he just goes... His mid-range game is, first of all, it's one of the only ones in the league, but he drains a deep 2 and just looks at his own teammate. He's like, calm down. Calm down. Calm the down.
Did you see why?
He's yelling for the ball behind him. He's like, dude, I'm shooting over here. Like, do you not know how I operate?
Again, Jared McCain versus MVP turnaround.
Shut up.
Keep shooting shit.
That's sure. But dude, just turn into your own teammate. That is like next level cold. Not only am I shooting daggers over here against the Spurs, but my own teammate just could you?
Again, have a little more belief in your teammate to hit the shot.
Yeah, well, listen, you want the ball. Like, you want to be the next SGA. You don't do it by shouting for the ball. You go and get the ball, and then you take the shot. Stay out of this man's way. The numbers that he is putting up, the only thing that makes them more impressive, the run that he's on, the only thing about it that gives me like that, he's not my guy, it's not my team. But the fact that the Clippers had him and gave him up makes me kind of love it. Like that's
It does add fuel to the fire.
Jalen Brunson doing what he's doing as everybody in the front office is getting cleaned out when Masai Ujiri shows up in Dallas, and there's Jalen Brunson putting up 38 in the fourth quarter or whatever it is.
Mikal Bridges hitting the
Just-
the three-pointer to tie the game before overtime as he was on a Western Conference Finals team years ago.
Everybody thinks that they know what the strategy is to build success in sports, especially in the NBA. The NBA feels like the easiest one to put the formula around. You watch these games. Spurs feel like they did it the easiest way possible. That's the one where you get in there like, if you just draft superstars, you're going to have it. The other teams that we're watching have all cobbled these teams together. The way the Cavs have done it, the way the Knicks have done it, and especially the way that Oklahoma City. Now, Oklahoma City went out and they've hit on some draft picks. Chet is really good, and they've got all these guys. But their star is somebody they picked up by getting rid of Paul George. The Jalen Brunson-led Knicks, I don't think they did have a lot of guys that they got through the draft. Almost everybody was acquired from somewhere else. The Cavaliers, they took a chance on James Harden, and that was hilarious. Watch him get exposed on defense. But if they make it work with James Harden, that whatever award goes to them for winning with James Harden should be the biggest trophy ever created in the history of the NBA.
Agreed.
So I kind of root against the Spurs just because it's like just being lucky in the draft shouldn't get you a championship. They did stockpile picks, but they got pretty lucky too. All right? All right.
You're right.
Let's do some in case you missed it, shall we? In case you missed it, Raiders head coach Clint Kubiak is absolutely raving about number 1 overall pick Fernando Mendoza. Kubiak told the media this week that so far the rookie quarterback has been, quote, as advertised, a massive dork. He's been exactly what we expect. This guy is a nerd, and we beat him up all the time. In case you missed it, during a fan town hall to fire up his new team, Giants head coach John Harbaugh passionately declared that his goal is to kick the Cowboys' ass. Cool story, John. Get those big, bad Cowboys. Maybe someone should tell Coach that them boys went 7-9-1 last year, finished 12th in the NFC, and haven't been actually relevant since Mbop was a thing. Like maybe aim a little higher, dummy. I mean, John, seriously, I know you been with the Ravens for 2 decades, but the NFC is a different conference, not Siberia. Is your reference, your only reference to the other league in your sport, Tecmo Super Bowl? Like, just maybe catch up on what's been going on, no? No? No?
I was still searching up who Mbop is.
You don't know what?
I've heard it. I've heard it now.
But you didn't know what it was?
It took me a second.
It was funny. You went to the computer. I was like, what does he look at?
I was like, is that the song that's put up a parking lot?
It's Big Yellow Taxi. Come on.
I know.
Yeah, and you're thinking the Counting Crows version. That's a Joni Mitchell. It goes, let me draw you a picture. In case you missed it, Philadelphia Eagles edge rusher Nolan Smith Jr. was arrested in Georgia after authorities clocked him driving at an unbelievable 135 miles an hour in a 70-mile-per-hour zone. Smith's arrest continues a genuinely alarming trend of major driving incidents for players drafted out of the Georgia Bulldogs program. Honestly, I think there's a few patterns here pointing to a lack of institutional control. So I have a question for you. Which of these programs do you think ends up getting crushed under the weight of off-the-field BS first? The Georgia Bulldogs, the Philadelphia Eagles, or the Georgia State Patrol? I mean, it's tough for all of them right now.
Forget LSU?
Well, I know, but they're not part of the story, so it's come on. Smith was clocked doing 135 in a 70 zone. In fairness, if you're going to do 135, it's probably better to do it in a 70 zone than, say, an auto zone. I mean, isn't that probably... No? Driving to the side of the building. In case you missed it, Tigers ace Tarek Skubal was spotting throwing another successful bullpen session this week, suggesting he might return from his recent elbow surgery much much earlier than anticipated, which raises a fair question. Does he get to keep his Cy Young awards if we found out he's not actually human? Is that something that... It's actually not Scooble. Turns out it was a specialized new elbow procedure that has been dubbed the Scooble Scope by his agent Scott Boras. So it's actually a procedure that is quicker and can heal recovery. I don't know. Scooble Scope, though, to me, doesn't sound like an elbow surgery. It sounds like a medical procedure where you have to get one of your testicles looked at because it's way bigger than the other two. Is that... No? Is that...
The Scooble Scope.
The Scooble Scope. Uh-oh. One down there's growing. I better get a Scooble Scope, see what's going on with my boys. In case you missed it, Dallas Mavericks star Cooper Flagg and Charlotte Hornets sharpshooter Con Knippel headlined the newly released NBA All-Rookie First Team. Meanwhile, right here in Rose City, Trailblazers rookie Yang Han-Sen had a historic night of his own. Han-Sen finished just one vote shy of getting any votes at all for anything. So he was right there. Love that pick. I can't believe we let Mike Schmidt go. I thought that was going to be our guy. And finally, in case you missed it, the vague last-minute communications regarding Caitlin Clark sitting out for the Indiana Fever's game last night against the Portland Fire has led to some wild speculation online, but I am here to tell you it is not true. The Fever star was not, as some people are apparently tweeting, and I repeat, she was not absent because she lost track of time while eating at a local Italian restaurant in what onlookers described as a full Lady and the Tramp spaghetti reenactment with our very own fan producer and Corvallis rap legend lowercase. It is completely false, you guys. It is untrue, and I will not stand anybody spreading these rumors about Caitlin and Casey Smith, or Caselin, as the internet is now calling them. That is not true. Do not believe it.
More of a Sophie Cunningham man myself, but
she made the game, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Thanks to our studio audience, of course. Coming up, we, of course, have our Take Your Pick. Go online at Fan Happy Hour on Twitter. You can go to my personal Facebook page. There's a little link there. All you got to do is click on it, select all of the weekend series for Major League Baseball coming up, and you can pick along with us. You win, you join the show. But next, we've got old faces in new places, history for one Portland team, and an NFL linebacker gets paid. And I ain't lying. It's the Daily Buzz on Happy Hour. This is 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan is live on YouTube, Twitch, and
All right, kids. It was on. Well, we were on yesterday, but the Vedder Cup runner-up, Seattle Mariners, got a nice win against the White Sox yesterday. Johnny Pareda launched his first career Major League home run. Randy Arozarena was great. He had a 3-run blast. Mariners win 5-4. The starter Emerson Hancock continued his streak of at least 5 innings in 10 consecutive games. This was your guy who you weren't sure if he was going to be in the rotation after Bryce Miller came back, but he has kicked his way into the starting the 5-man rotation and does not seem to be going anywhere, which is the reason they're doing that stupid piggyback thing they did a couple days ago. But I've complained about that too much. How's this for a Seattle Mariners stat for you? Seattle, with the win yesterday, improved to 21-13 record in games where they hit a home run. Care to guess what their record is in games they do not hit a home run?
I'm going to guess 4-14.
It's 3-13. That is a damn good guess. And you were
That
not
really
looking
hurt.
at the stand. You were right on it, man. I was like, whoa, is he going to get
I remembered it was 6-12 yesterday
Yep.
of games with 1 run, so I figured it was around that.
It's right around there. I mean, you can see what the problem is. What do you do about it? I don't know. The other thing that you've got going on is Brendan Donovan was brought in to be one of those guys that could get on base and hit singles and bat-to-ball contact, and he has been in and out of the lineup with injuries. Cal Raleigh has not been playing, so that's going to obviously diminish your home run numbers. Of course, he wasn't playing all that great before he left with the oblique injury, so you've got a bunch of things that you're trying to fix. How you fix them, I don't know, but we might have an idea of what they're going to at third base. Right now, we are seeing video of J.P. Crawford taking ground balls at third base. So Colt Emerson is up. He started the first game that he played at third base. He came straight from Tacoma to jump into that game. Then he moved over to shortstop while J.P. Crawford took a day off. Crawford has said that he is excited to take the kid under his arm, pointed out guys like D. Gordon and Kyle Seager who helped him when he was a young player in this league trying to figure it out. So he is trying to pay it forward. So at least that's one of the dilemmas that should be somewhat figured out for your Mariners.
The Buzz.
All right, we don't talk a ton of Portland Thorns on here, and I don't know a whole lot of the history of the National Women's Soccer League, but anytime you set a league record, that's a pretty good thing. The Portland Thorns beat the Bay FC. I guess it's Bay FC. You wouldn't say the, whatever. One of the football clubs from some bay somewhere. I assume it's the San Francisco Bay. I have no idea. But they set the league's all-time record for home shutouts. So they are right now at a 594-minute streak without allowing a goal at home. Cool.
The Buzz.
The Indiana Fever had no Caitlin Clark last night. Apparently, it was a back injury, is what I'm told. It was a sore back. If you hear anything else, it's not true.
Tired of carrying the rest of the league, Caitlin?
The Fire still didn't put up much of a fight. 90-73, the Fever get the blowout win. It's worth noting that the Portland Fire trailed the entire game.
The Buzz.
Casey, I don't know if you know this, but Shohei Ohtani, good at baseball, blasts a leadoff home run and lowers his ERA to .73 on the season. The reason this is significant
Is he back under one again?
He's been under one. I don't think he ever eclipsed one. He got up to like .97. Now he's back down to .73. The reason I bring this up is this means that the superstar is back to hitting while he's pitching after a couple starts of just trying to get himself right when he almost got to 1 for his ERA on the season. Apparently things are right. The hitting is back to match the pitching. Not good for the rest of the league.
The Buzz.
And finally, we'll wrap it up with Jack Campbell, linebacker, all-pro, Detroit Lions draft pick that was not extended a fifth-year option, is now getting paid pretty well. He has been extended to a 4-year extension. The terms of the deal were not released, but he is getting rewarded with a long-term deal, 176 tackles, 9 for loss, and 5 sacks last year. So not too shabby.
Kelvin Shepard must have found his dude.
Let's walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports. Let's see what we missed.
This sports update is brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for a DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today, online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the fan, and bear with me on this because I thought you were gone today. Conor McGregor is coming to make his UFC comeback. The absolute... All right.
I love that you wait till I'm gone so you can sneak in UFC. This is fun. You're going to tell me about Ronda Rousey and not Star Wars gal?
No, that fight lasted 17 seconds. I'm good. Well, Conor McGregor, he has a record of 22-6. He will make an unprecedented comeback on July 11th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Unprecedented comeback? Mike Tyson is delaying his fight with Floyd Mayweather. Aren't they both in their 60s? Don't give me unprecedented. These combat sports are absolute wet, hot garbage. Boxing is hanging on by the thinnest of threads. Oh no, Jake Paul won't be around to fight anymore because he got his jaw broken. What happened? Well, he fought a real fighter. And then, look, two gals that used to fight were trying to start a new league. We're going to fight on the White House lawn while Joey Chestnut slams hot dogs on probation in the new ballroom waste area. Get out of here with this. Unprecedented comeback. Cool. What's he going to do, fight another bus? Didn't he do that once? Is that a thing?
Yes, he did throw a dolly through a bus window.
Get out
Well,
of here.
McGregor will make his comeback
Awesome.
against the Flying Hawaiian Max Holloway.
What? No, there was, isn't
five-round
there already a
welterweight
flying
main
Hawaiian?
event.
Somebody else is a flying Hawaiian.
Yeah, it's Max Holloway.
No, it's not. There's somebody that was a flying Hawaiian before UFC was a thing.
Well,
Get out of here.
this guy's better. And for more sports scores and stories in 60 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher and Rashad Taylor.
All right. I like to jump right into these segments. We built the intros right into them, but before we do anything, Casey, I think you had something you wanted to say to a few people.
Well, Shane Victorino is actually the Flying Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Max Holloway is Blessed Expressed is his nickname, so that's on me.
Okay.
That's on me.
Just wanted to make sure we got that out of the way. Kids, if you want to play at home, it's called Take Your Pick because you get to play along with us. Go to @FanHappyHour on X. Go to Facebook. You can find my personal page, and you can jump on there. There's a link to a form. You can get your picks. We'll keep track of them, and we'll see who the smartest baseball mind in Portland is. If you win, you can join the show next Thursday. Deal won last week, but he's too good for the show. So, we don't need him. It does kick off tonight with one game being played on Thursday that will go through the weekend. Again, we're picking the whole series. Tiebreakers on Monday. You got Rockies Diamondbacks. You want anything to do with Rockies Diamondbacks case? Because Diamondbacks, they don't move the needle for me at all, and of course the Rockies don't. Now, the Diamondbacks are above 500. They're an okay team. The problem that they have is they play it with the Dodgers and the Padres in that division. We didn't talk about this yesterday, I don't think, but the Ketel Marte bat flip, pretty good. You say not better than the Josh Naylor one.
I still don't think it's better than
But
Naylor,
I think we need to.
sweet.
We think we need to somehow keep a catalog of the best bat flips of this year. I don't know how we do it.
Let's take your pick it next week.
We can throw it on there and see what the people say. But
Let the people decide.
well, but I don't need that. I just want to keep a running tally because we need to have more awareness on bat flips, as it were, as the season goes on. So maybe keep a running tally of ones that can compete. And then when we get to the postseason, that's where we put it in and go best bat flip of the year.
Well, we've got 2 so far.
Those 2 are pretty good. There's some other ones out there that I have to go back and look at, but that's one fresh in my mind. And I know the Josh Naylor is, of course, your favorite, but that dude's got swag anyways. So the swaggiest Canadian ever? Is that a thing? All right. Astros stink. They're at the Cubs. I think that's an easy one to move on from. Of course, Pete Crow Armstrong, I guess, been having quite the miserable week, so losing a series to the Astros would just be icing on the cake. But he forgot to play defense, and he got fined, and he's yelling at, what I thought was a fairly attractive White Sox fan. I don't know why he was so mad at her, but he got real hot. And she's flanked by, kids in Cubs gear on either side. Whole thing was absolutely bizarre. There is one division in baseball that is completely filled with plus 500 teams. That, of course, is the National League Central. You've got a clash between the Cardinals and the Reds, who at any point one of these teams could jump up and be first place and drop down to last place. So it's a last place Reds hosting the third place Cardinals in that division. Do you have any feel for this division or this series at all? Because I'm honestly kind of at a loss.
I don't think I can name very many players on the Cincinnati Reds that aren't Ellie De La Cruz. So
yeah, I mean, that seems fair to me, but name me a bunch of Cardinals. Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you.
That's why I picked the Reds.
I appreciate that. Nice work with that. Hey, let me just go and grab this. Is Pujols still there? No, he is not.
I was going to guess Aaron Hicks, but I know he's not there.
Guardians at Phillies. The Phillies are clawed their way back to 500. The Guardians are sitting atop the American League Central, and by quite a bit now. The White Sox have got above 500, but there are only a few American League teams at or above 500. So 2 teams that are playing much better than their season started. What do you like in Guardians Phils?
It can't get a bet against Jose.
I mean, you could. You know who else?
I know. Good changer. That's very good changer.
Very good change.
Thank you, Pop.
Very good changeup. Jose Ramirez.
Schwarbaum has been real hot too. Is there anybody that has a better home run trot? Just his natural gait as he runs around the bases. He just looks like a dude that is there for one purpose, and it's to hit home runs and run the bases in half speed?
25 seconds?
Dude, it's so good. So freaking good. All right, now, here's what I really need to know. Your team is hosting the best team in baseball. I know that their win percentage, they have one fewer win than the Braves, but they have the win percentage advantage. The Tampa Bay Rays have the best record in baseball. They are 4 games ahead of the New York Yankees, and they've got a 3-game set this weekend. I know that you're taking the Yankees. What I really want to know is, do you think they can sweep and make this division race a single game?
No, but I do think we'll at least make it miserable for Tampa Bay fans for 3 games.
Okay. Well, if we get, and I think we're scheduled that we'll get a Paul Skeens start, it would be his first start north of the border. Do you think Poutine slows down the young ace for the Pirates when they take on the Blue Jays this weekend?
Toronto looks like they're struggling a lot this year.
Yeah, well.
Seems like Bo Bichette was kind of a big key in that locker room.
Yeah, but Bo Bichette is terrible with the Mets.
But the locker room in Toronto that, again, was just in a World Series, not doing great.
Yeah, but you can blame the locker room. They're just playing bad baseball.
In World Series to what? Where are they at this year?
Well, they're 22 and 27.
Not great.
They're ahead of Boston and Baltimore, but only
That's not the bar.
Only because they're terrible.
That's not the
Dude,
bar.
the American League. The American League is just awful. It's good for the Mariners because they're not playing very, very good baseball, but they would be a wild card team right now, or maybe the Rangers just jumped them, but dude, they're right in it. It's the whole thing is very dumb. I'm going to skip Mets and Marlins because if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all is the way that I was raised, so I think we can move on from that pretty good. Fighting for the bottom of that division is horrendous. Twins and Red Sox, not a whole lot better in my mind, so I'll move on from that as well. Braves Nationals, I think that's the Braves all day, every day. I'm kind of just scrolling down here, seeing if I can find anything of interest. The Mariners owe Kansas City a home sweep, so if they can't get it done here, I don't think I'm anywhere near giving up on this Mariners team. I like too many of the elements that they have. They have not played well, but please, can I just get a series win against a team that you should beat in the Kansas City Royals? Here's a good series for you. Little rematch of the National League. It was divisional series, I believe. Yes, divisional? Or was it the championship series?
This was the divisional round.
Divisional round. Brewers hosting the Dodgers. To give you something about the Brewers. The Milwaukee Brewers currently have scored I think it's the 3rd most runs in baseball and have the fewest home runs in baseball. I like them apples. They are
Pat Murphy small ball.
Dude, pocket pancakes, man. It is.
How many bunts for base hits do they have this year?
Ooh, I haven't looked at that in a little while. We talked about this, I think, last week that they were at the Tampa Bay, Chicago White Sox, who have been playing really good baseball lately, which who saw that coming? And then they have Murakami, who's just hitting home runs. Everybody else bunts, apparently, to get on.
Yes, he does.
But the Brewers playing small ball and doing it very, very well is an interesting thing. Do you think we see better results for the Brewers against the Dodgers this weekend?
No, I don't. I got the Dodgers. I hate picking the Dodgers, but they're just good.
Rangers are okay. Angels are awful, so we will take the Rangers in that one and move on very quickly so I don't have to bore you with picks on that. A's at Padres. Padres have been red hot. I haven't checked in a little while on this either, and I think this is something we talked. Fernando Tatis Jr. Has he got a home run yet? I don't think he does.
43 hits, 0 home runs.
And he's got one of the highest hard hit rates in baseball. He was top 5 when we looked at this last week and just cannot lift the ball. The whole thing is absolutely bizarre. The A's still leading the division even though they're 1 game above 500. So, I mean, you got to go Padres here, but the Padres are kind of a weird team. I mean, they obviously got the 6 free wins against the Mariners because the Mariners just decided not to show up for the Vetter Cup, which disappoints me immensely. But the A's, they've got the lineup, but, man, the other day, it's like you have a no-hitter going into the 9th, and somehow they blow that. So that's a team that you cannot trust their pitching. Obviously, that's one guy, and that's one example, but that's an interesting one. And then the White Sox, can the White Sox keep rolling as they go to San Francisco this weekend. Here's my thing about the White Sox. Mariners just got a nice little series win against them. It's a nice win. White Sox are really, really fun to watch. It's a good team. First, they always have one of the best looks in baseball. The uniforms are good, the whole thing.
Oh, you like those pinstripes, do you?
Yeah.
Crazy work.
Well, they were on the road, so they were in their gray pants and black tops. I mean, come on. It's just calm down. They weren't in the pinstripes. But yes, I do like those pinstripes better than your pinstripes. I will say that. But dude, Mooney and just, the entire vibe that they've got going, and to see the quick turnaround is something that, I don't know, and just in baseball in general, in sports in general, it's nice to see a team be able to recover quickly. The basketball, the NBA feels like it has teams that stay down such a long time. It makes the league really, really frustrating.
But this game this team kind of feels like the way that the Pistons felt last year, where it's
maybe I can give you that, but I would like to compare this season maybe a little bit more to football. I don't know how many teams are really awful in baseball this year. And I know that I keep saying that the American League is awful because everybody is kind of crunched up around the same thing. Does it mean everybody's awful or nobody's really that good or everybody's kind of okay or it's an even playing field, whatever it is? The NFL has a lot of this for me where it's I'll point out again, there was at no point before week 16 that we talked Seattle Super Bowl. Like, we didn't think that the Seahawks were a team, and I'm a Seahawks fan, and we talked a ton about that team, but it was, can Sam Darnold figure out this turnover thing? What can they do in the big games that matter? There was not a team, though, that replaced them. That's why when they finally figured it out and got that wild Week 16 win on a Thursday night against the Rams, you went, I don't see anybody else. Maybe it is the Seahawks. And then each week it progressively got to the point where you're like, yeah, I think they can do this. Of course they do. But if you don't have a great team, that means there's a whole lot of teams that are going to be interesting at the end of the year. The trade deadline coming up at the end of July and seeing what they do with that, who's going to buy, who's going to sell. If it stays where the best teams, there's a few really great teams, but the best teams in a lot of these divisions are separated by 4 or 5 games, going to make it real interesting. White Sox I have on my list as one of those teams to keep an eye on that was not on the radar, except for see how many times they lost in a row the last couple years. So I'm going White Sox here. Giants might be one of those bad teams if we have to go and pick them out and find them in baseball, but they're ahead of the Rockies. So
I might have a brand new jersey by then.
Yeah, are you finally going to get that thing? When's it showing up?
I think it's. I'm not going to Amazon ship it. It wasn't Prime shipping.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It'll show up in a few days.
It'll show up eventually.
It'll get here.
All right. What do we got for one more for the road today? I think I had something good. Oh, yeah. Got one. Little what might have been for one more for the road. We will do that next. You're listening to Happy Hour on 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network.
The Fan Golf.
All right, in case you missed any part of this show, past shows, or future shows, just find the podcast, 1051thefan.com, Odyssey.com, the Odyssey app, or if you don't care when you get it, order it online with your Munetaka Murakami jersey, and it'll eventually get here. Who cares?
It'll get there.
Lowercase, what are the people saying on the text toy and the YouTube chats that we need to address?
I know it was Shane Victorino, folks.
Did you?
I misspoke.
No, you did not miss.
Max Holloway is the Blessed Express, and Shane Victorino is the Flying Horn.
You checked online during the break and felt really dumb. You thought you knew, and you were dead wrong. Just admit it.
Don't do this to me.
What? Am I wrong?
100%. I looked at you the second that we went to break and went, I knew I was wrong.
Yeah, well, I did call you out in the moment. So if you knew, you would have known, but you didn't know. So, all right. Well, thank you for addressing that, and I appreciate you apologizing.
That's a fun thing for you to go into the weekend with.
Well, you know what I'll be doing tomorrow? Flying to Hawaii. Not on Hawaiian. I think it's on Alaska. Maybe it's flying. I might be flying Hawaiian. I don't know. My wife does all the booking. I couldn't tell you. Let's do... So reports have surfaced that way back in 2023, do you remember when Shohei Ohtani was a member of the Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles?
I do remember such a time.
Remember how the Angels were not really in playoff contention, but decided to hold on to him as hard as it could to make sure that just in case by a miracle they made it in, they would have him, and they didn't want to waste him, even though they knew he was going to go into free agency and he was going to disappear. And everybody kept screaming, hey, dummies, you might want to get something or you're going to end up with nothing. Well, it turns out Tampa Bay Rays were willing to give up something. They were going to give up 2 prospects for the short-term rental to get Shohei Ohtani just for the final push. And one of those dudes, a guy named Junior Caminero.
Ooh!
I know! Am I right? Could you imagine having that dude on your roster hitting next to Mike Trout? The one Ray that you can name. Best team in baseball, the one guy you can name could have been yours.
Now that lineup would be Joe Adell, Mike Trout, and Junior Caminero.
But it ain't.
Oh,
I know. Well, I thought I would give you that. That'll make you feel good for the weekend. Hey, big thanks to everybody that listened. Thank you, Casey Smith. Thanks to Joe Fish, who's going to be filling in tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I will be back next Thursday. And, of course, thank you, Isaac Ropp. We're all done. For now. Bye-bye.